Speaking of curvy, where the fuck is Kyoko at? That's what I want to know. Right, let's check out the dead body.
You need to find out who this actually is. But there's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery. But one thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why?
It took doing gymnastics as a kid to do that. You were able to hit a full split, but that's long gone. Yeah, I've never tried to do that. I would kill myself if I did that.
How did they wind up dead in here?
Their heart isn't beating. They're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you.
How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue.
I'm pretty sure it's a girl, at least.
Huh? How can you tell?
Well, I think I see the outline of her chest and just the general shape of the body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl.
Really? Then it could be...
Okay, then. Let's just tear the mask clean off.
Come on.
Wait, don't!
But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot out toward the mask. And in the next instant... Ultimate terrorism, I told you.
There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It 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 blew up. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out. But then... Hurry up. Put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it. Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could.
Being curvy can be a pain sometimes with the hips. I don't know, I've never had that issue, so... Although there are a few pairs of jeans that I would love to be able to fit in again, but I eat too much fucking Burger King and McDonald's for that to happen. I'm pretty sure if I, spend a few solid months taking care of myself, I'd be fine. But this is something weird about me. My metabolism is, I can eat whatever the fuck I want, and I don't gain weight. I don't lose weight either. Ever since I was maybe 14 years old, I've weighed 160 pounds, and I'm 5'10", 5'11", so... I don't gain weight, and I don't lose it. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any explanation for that, but I literally just don't gain or lose weight. It's very weird. But there are some pairs of jeans that I would love to fit in again. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. Yeah, this really sucks, because this person was a waifu at some point. A total waifu. But not anymore, unfortunately.
I guess that took care of it.
But what the hell, man? It exploded?
What did you say?
I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. And now the body...
What?
Have a high metabolism, but ever since I started lifting heavy, I finally filled my upper body out. Yeah, see, I should honestly get on a new training routine so I can lift more and, be more consistent with it.
It's burned to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man.
Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. I could. You could compare a dead body to a steak 5,000 times and I would still love steak.
But now that the body's charred, I really have no idea. How are we gonna find out who it was? Who isn't here right now?
Huh?
What?
If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be.
There's only one person missing.
It's Kyoko.
Kyoko?
Then that dead body is Kyoko? No, That can't be right. Calm down, I didn't say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person.
In other words...
The mastermind. What? The mastermind?
What the heck?
Come on, there's no way the mastermind got charbroiled? Get serious. I agree, normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering.
But I have to buy tailored dress shirts, though, because my chest is much bigger around than my waist. I see. Interesting. As somebody in the Marines would be, I can't do that kind of lifestyle. Like, I couldn't do the Army or the Marines, because I got abused and yelled at by my dad, like, all throughout my childhood, so I have, like, severe PTSD from it. So whenever somebody raises their voice at me, I get really hyper-defensive now. And like I said, my dad's literally assaulted me when I was a kid. Like, he's literally physically hit me, so it's like, I literally, like, go into total defense attack mode. Like, whenever somebody yells at me now. Like, subconsciously I do it. It's just it's almost like second nature whenever that happens. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right?
But...
Waist is 30 inches, but your chest is 44 inches, so dress shirts look wide as hell at the waist. My waist is like 32 inches, I think, last time I measured. But that corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's the past, thankfully, but I live with the prick. Unfortunately, I don't want to. I just, like, due to life circumstances and not being able to find work where I live and not being able to save any money or have any adult responsibility, I'm basically confined to a household, and I have no jurisdiction over anything. And people kind of treat me like shit here, and I used to do all the housework, and people just didn't give a fuck, and I got tired of doing it, so I stopped doing it. And, I live here with my fucking abusive dad, and, like, my grandfather. My grandfather's cool, but he's not... Like, he's really smart. He's just not very modern smart, you know what I mean? So, like, explaining shit to him is a pain in the ass. And then, my dad also lives here with his alcoholic girlfriend. They live downstairs. And, my room is upstairs. And then my grandfather's room is in the middle of the house, on the fucking, on the first floor. So, living here is a fucking pain in the ass. I hate almost everybody I live with. Like I said, my grandfather's alright. He's just frustrating sometimes. I mean, remember what Alter Ego said? Yeah, but my dad and his girlfriend are complete fucking cunts. Fuck the both of them. They're assholes.
So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
What the heck?
If it does help, I jump when someone raises their hand at me or something along that line. Yeah. It's like, whenever I get yelled at, or somebody raises their voice at me, or, like, they, like, even, like, move their hand, like, in a sudden motion near me, I get really defensive. He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't.
Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster?
I understand. I have a friend in a situation like that, but he's gotten out, thankfully, so here's to your situation getting better. It'll happen eventually. I'm probably gonna end up leaving this house when my grandfather dies, because I'm not gonna be able to live here. His 80th birthday was just on the 17th, so he literally just turned 80. So, like, I really don't want this to sound, like, evil or bad or anything, but he doesn't have that long ahead of him. You know what I mean? Like, he's pretty aged, so... I mean, I would have gotten out of here a long time ago. If I could have a fucking job and save money, it's like, it'd be fine, but I just can't. It's like... I feel completely comfortable saying what city I live in, like, to the public, but, like, I live in Seattle, like, Washington, the state, and the job market is so fucking bad out here. The cost of living is fucking exorbitant. Like, it's insane, the cost of living. Work availability is so low, and whatever work is available, they don't hand out to just anybody who applies. So it's like, literally the odds of getting a job around here. Like, I've applied to 40 entry-level positions at least, and I haven't gotten hired at a single one in the past 2 years. That's how bad it is. Like, it's literally terrible.
Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair?
Huh?
Huh? Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student at Hope's Peak.
What?
What are you talking about? The other day, Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school.
What?
I think you better tell us everything you know. But, well, all Kyoko told me was,
Mukuro Ikusaba.
I'm the opposite, but I've also never dealt with the hand you're given. I get really motivated when approached with yelling. I get adrenaline rushes from conflict and fast-paced situations. So do I, but like, because it hinders on such a financial crux, like, I can't fucking do anything about it.
The one they call the ultimate despair.
Like, if I had a lot of money, it would solve all my problems, but I just don't. And it's like, people think I'm lazy, but it's not the fact that I'm lazy. Like, I'm lazy to a degree, don't get me wrong, but... yeah, Seattle sucks because it's minimum wage. That's also a huge part of it. What's up, Martins? How you doing? But it's just like, if I had the money, it'd be fine, and it wouldn't be that much of a struggle, but, like, it's impossible to get work around here.
sounded like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I've no doubt I'm right.
I see.
There's another student here and it's a female. That would match the body's characteristics.
So,
And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds like super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair? But if she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot, how'd she wind up burnt to a crisp?
What the heck?
None of this makes any sense. To just suddenly show up and then die?
I think we'd better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Hey, wait.
What?
Aren't we forgetting something? You know, Toko?
What?
Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh? Yeah, but that's current life circumstances, so it's like, I don't have a lot of money, and work is fucking bullshit. Like I said, I'm lazy to a degree, don't get me wrong, like, I can definitely be lazy, but I'm a really hard worker, like, with a very high work ethic. It's just, I can't get hired anywhere. Like, I literally can't get hired. There's no job availability. And, like Martenzo said, the fucking minimum wage is dick. Like, it's so bad. Compared to the cost of living is fucking insane. In case you guys want an idea, a one-bedroom apartment is up to like $1,300 or $1,400 where I live. Per month, by the way. And that's not including, like, a down payment or, like, a deposit, like, for a safety deposit. Or a damage deposit. That's not including pet rates and shit like that. Like, apartments are fucking insane around here. So after my grandfather dies, hopefully I end up living with a buddy of mine on here, on Twitch, and hopefully everything just kind of rides itself out. But I'm probably not going to be able to get a job for a while. Because due to the area I live in, I've had such a huge gap between employment. That, like I said, I haven't had a job in, like, just over, like, 2 years. So it's like, when they look at my resume, they're like, oh, this guy hasn't been employed for 2 years, so he's lazy. It's like, it's not my fault I haven't been employed. I was trying, it's just it never went anywhere, so it's not my fault, you know? But, like, that just sounds like I'm making excuses, and it's not like an employer's gonna give a shit about your life circumstances or your complications with anything. They're not gonna give a fuck. You live in a 4-bedroom apartment for $650? Yeah, see, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Like, a 1-bedroom costs more than double that where I live. Like, it's just insane. And it's because Seattle's such a busy place, it's so highly populated, and the matter of convenience also plays a huge part, because, like, if you think about marketing and the role that marketing plays in today's modern society, everybody orders shit from Amazon, there's Starbucks, there's all sorts of, like, internet cafes and, like, bustling business opportunities and shit like that, which is why the cost of living and, you know, the, population is so freaking ridiculously high. Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Yeah, but, like, when I can't live here anymore, like I said, when my grandfather dies and I end up having to leave here, I'm not gonna live in the same state. I'm probably not gonna live in Washington anymore. Just, it's fucking insane. Like, living here is just bullshit.
Oh, she survived.
Oh, she survived.
Huh? What just happened? Master?
Stop talking.
You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's good enough for me to live.
What the heck?
This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. Yeah, also the kinkiest, the weirdest. Right, so we're gonna have to start the investigation soon, I think. Oh, we have to focus on the body, says Makoto. Fair enough.
I should take a close look at the body one more time.
So,
Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much.
I'm not Kyoko, after all. Yeah, he's not into fucking dead bodies. He's not into necrophilia. I'm sure it's a kink somewhere. Somebody's gotta be into it.
There's something next to the body. It's a key? Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma? But what did you steal?
So,
I stole this.
You live in Washington also, Martenzo? Weird. What city, if I may ask? Although that kinda comes off weird, because, like, I kinda just met you, but I don't want it to come off strange, so sorry if it did.
A key? But looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key.
Telling you, try the South, we're not that bad, the racism is minimum, and it's not as cold as hell. Win-win. I don't know, like, the one thing I like about Washington is I like all the rain. And I don't like heat. Like, I don't do well with humidity. I like cool air. Like, I don't know what it is, but... if I'm, like, walking or I'm jogging or something like that, or if I'm skateboarding, it's like cool air. I don't get too sweaty, like, I don't overexert myself, but it's like, when it's in heat, that's really rough.
That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. Then this key is...
What?
Yeah, but I like the rain. I don't like the sun that much. It's not that I dislike the sun, I just dislike the humidity and the heat. And, I get, dehydrated very easily, because I don't drink a lot of water.
What is it? Did you find something?
Well, if you don't like humidity, don't come to the South. The summer's awful. Yeah. Try Colorado, then you'll get cold air and weed. I don't do, like... I don't do, like, marijuana and stuff like that. Like, I've never even been remotely so inclined to do it. The most I do is I drink from time to time. Washington has been hot the last 2 days. It's not been too bad, but, like, I live in an upstairs room, so it gets pretty fucking hot. Like, whenever it is hot outside. Like, summer where I live is rough as fuck. Like, it gets like 90 degrees in my room, alone. Plus the sun. It's intense.
I've never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? So even you don't know then?
You're gonna go, Rosie? Alright, no problem. I hope whatever's ailing you, like, sorts itself out soon. And you don't stay pissed off for very long.
Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. Huh?
I see.
That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean...
So in other
the
words...
biolab, the data center, the headmaster's room, and the dorm rooms on the 2nd floor. It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now?
Okay, so yeah, this has got to be like the investigation portion of it, because we have to check out all these areas that are associated with that key, which would make perfect sense. Like I said, I've only ever seen this game played through. I've never done it myself, so... I can't remember exactly the sequence of events, but I have a rough kind of idea of what's going on. Why the fuck does this stick turn so goddamn slow? I hate that. Pisses me off. It only turns that slow when you're looking at something. It's really fucking irritating. Get over it, but might block someone if they don't stop. Is it anybody on here, or is it like somebody on Facebook or something?
The biolab was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Sorry, I don't mean to, like, pry. Like, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine, and I don't expect you to publicly say anything about it, but, like... I hope it isn't, like, somebody who's, like, harassing you or pissing you off or something.
When I went to insert the key I'd found in the garden into the keyhole. The key isn't even close to fitting, which means the key doesn't go to this room.
No. On Twitch, not on this channel, someone else. Oh, I see. I was gonna say, if it was anybody from my community, let me know and I'll sort it out too, sweet, because I don't like that shit. I don't want anybody to, like, feel, like, backed into a corner or harassed or, like, irritated or anything over anybody. Like, I had that falling out with Jake, week, but he's not making an effort to apologize, so I don't really give a fuck. He can go fuck himself. Honestly, he was a bit out of line, and he said some really fucked up shit to me that kind of pissed me off. I don't hold grudges, but he was being a bit of a prick, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I'm mad at him, like I said, like, nothing personal, but... Where the fuck am I going? Oh, I'm going down to the 4th floor. If you want to DM me, I'll tell you just a bit uncomfortable with it. If you're uncomfortable with it, you don't have to tell me at all. Like I said, I don't want to pry.
The headmaster's room was locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Well, no, it can't be somebody being a pervert. Well, I'm not extremely perverted, but, like, I do, like, throw out a few things here and there that could come off as, like, a little bit dodgy, and I feel like if she was to be, like, made uncomfortable or pissed off, she would have came at me first with it.
When I went to insert the key I'd found in the garden into the keyhole. Huh? The key won't go in. I guess that means the key doesn't go to this door.
Well, it just said check all these places. It didn't say what specifically the key would probably go to. I'm pretty sure it goes to the data lab, because it looks like a computer key. But sometimes you gotta rough people up. Yeah, I'm not... I get violent from time to time, but only if somebody hits me first. I never hit anybody first under any circumstance. And I won't get physical until somebody else gets physical first. I usually just try to talk shit out because I'm pretty rational, and like I said, I don't hold grudges. Like, I'm pretty mature. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very immature. Like, I have the mind of a 12-year-old, but, like, when it comes to needing to be mature, I'm really mature. So, I try not to let shit get to me, and I don't hold grudges because it's not very healthy, and it doesn't help anything. It's better to just fuck off and go your separate ways if stuff isn't working out. If both people don't make a mutual effort to, like, reconcile and fix shit, it's just not worth your effort, or your time.
The door to the data center was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key I'd found in the garden into the keyhole.
Click. It is someone being perverted? Oh, I'm sorry. That really sucks. Like, I know I can't really say this because it's not how things are, but if I was a female, I wouldn't mind guys being perverted. I wouldn't care. Or women, for that matter, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I managed to unlock the data center.
Like I said, if it's like somebody harassing you, that's different, but like if it's somebody just casually joking around, I wouldn't care.
I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately headed back to the garden.
Like, don't get me wrong, I can be a complete pervert, but like I said, I don't go overboard with it. Like, I do it just enough so that it's humorous, and it's, like, commendable for being honest. But, like, I don't get creepy with it. Like, if it, like, gets very unsettling for somebody, like, I would stop immediately.
So you're back. How did it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center down on the 4th floor.
Huh?
Then we can get into the data center now?
I see.
Interesting. But why did the now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm a bit childish. I've said it before, I'm not the most mature. But like I said, if, like, me being perverted was bothering somebody, like, I would definitely tone it back a bit. Here we are. It's a bit uncomfortable. Is it at least somebody you know? Like, is it a friend, or is it, like, some random person? Because that's also an important distinction.
Looks like the door is still unlocked. Hey, so when you open that door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right?
You're asking that question now?
Don't worry, we have Makoto. He's expendable.
In
What?
other words,
It's in your hands. Again? Means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used.
Alright, well, let's go into the data center, shall we? Don't know him, but chatted with him a few times? Yeah, that's definitely weird then.
I reached out and put my hand on the door. I closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door.
Yeah, if he's, like, not fucking off and he's not taking the hint, and you've told him that you're uncomfortable with what he's doing, and to tone it back a bit, at least, and he doesn't do it, I would recommend just blocking him and fucking off and leaving it alone.
Nothing happened? After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes.
They don't have cameras set up in our bathrooms, do they? That'd be a little bit weird, wouldn't it?
In a word, the room was... strange. I mean, all the rooms up till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school. Here the fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread.
What?
Hey, that's... Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms, every part of the school was covered. This is...
What?
It's the direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room. And they're displayed on these monitors.
So that's it.
So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us? To watch us? Then this room is...
It's all clear now.
The Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. The Mastermind's room. I guess that makes sense. So the Mastermind was here? Watching us? Then I think this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden. They had the key to this room. It can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusaba, and she was the Mastermind.
Half of that is correct.
Then the Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead?
It would seem so. It's like when someone comes up to you and they say they like you, then other people start kind of getting into the business, and I think he's playing it as a joke. Sexual joke kept saying that this person wants to be inside you and other sexual stuff. Then that person who says it goes behind their back and like tries to make a move on you. So they both might get blocked. Yeah, fucking block everybody that's associated with that, because like, if it's multiple people like insinuating and encouraging each other to keep it up, and you've said that you're uncomfortable with it, and the person you've told that to doesn't tell the rest of the people and the other people don't stop, I would recommend just fucking blocking all of them.
It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. The Mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over?
Like I said, you're free to make your own decisions, but like I'm just saying, I think the easiest way out of this situation, instead of trying to fix it, is to fucking just block it. And then you don't have to deal with it anymore.
I mean, that body. Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death.
Sounds like a lot of playing around on their part. Yeah, like they're just fucking with you. Like, whether it's a joke or not, if you've expressed that you're uncomfortable with it, they should fuck off and respect that you're not comfortable with it. Just don't feed into it, because you're just perpetuating it.
So, who was it that...
But if the Mastermind is really dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole.
How about that?
We gotta hurry up and find the exit, come on.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first.
Huh? But what about the exit?
If the Mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the Mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the Mastermind was obviously murdered.
What?
Murdered?
So you think so too, huh?
Naturally.
You need mods for when you stream? Alright.
Naturally.
Oh yeah, that's right, you said they're on Twitch, right? You can block them from your channel entirely, I think. Like, you can ban them from your channel. Like, I know there's two different ways you can ban somebody from your channel. You can ban them from chatting, or you can ban them from viewing entirely. I'm pretty sure you can do that.
The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. The Mastermind was murdered.
But
Why's it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
such ignorance.
That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the Mastermind. Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. The Mastermind's purpose and why they were killed?
Also, Rosie, what I would do, just for, like, safety measure, this might be a little bit of a pain in the ass and a little bit out of your way, but I would report them to Twitch for harassment, even if they're just joking around and you've expressed that you don't want them to do this, and they keep fucking with you. I would report them to Twitch and say they're harassing you, and provide evidence that they're doing it. Because that's what I did for another streamer. I've gone into it before, but there was this other streamer who I'm not going to mention by name because Monka TOS, but he did something really fucked up. And then he spewed a whole bunch of untrue shit to his chat, saying I, like, DM'd him racist messages, and I called him, like, this and that, and, like, it really pissed me off that he did that. Because, like, I had just commended him for being mature, and then he immediately went and turned and did that shit, and it really fucking pissed me off. And like I said, I'm not one to hold a grudge, but, like, you don't fucking do that to somebody. So I reported him to Twitch, and I got, like, a strike on his account, because he was being a dick. He didn't get banned, but, like, he did get a strike on his account for, going against the TOS. And that was when I was just starting out streaming as well, so.
This room may very well hold the answers to those questions.
This command will allow you to permanently ban a user from the chat room, usage ban username, or by clicking the cancel symbol either directly in chat or the user badge which appears when clicking username. Yeah. I think there's a way to ban them from your channel altogether, but I'm not entirely sure that that works. Or that's even an option, but I'm pretty sure there would be an option for that if you wanted it.
Okay then, let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind.
Alright. What do we have to check? Probably everything? Without a doubt.
There's really a ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using them all to spy on us? As long as I have this... Huh? Look at Master go, it's like a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership?
Yeah, ... indeed. I have no idea how to respond to that.
There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. And Alter Ego. You may well be right about that.
What?
But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. There's nothing showing up on this one.
Huh. Hey, look, next to that TV. Isn't that a TV antenna?
How about that?
It is! It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas.
Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV? Did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, Saturday morning Hina's here.
Are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on, come on, come on.
You know?
Oh, you're all starved for info from the outside world, huh?
I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about?
Alright, what else do we have to examine? We've examined that, we've examined the monitors. That's just the camera, and then I think we have to talk to everybody, so let's do that.
Master's going around all this stuff. It's like an all-you-can-watch buffet.
Yeah, I don't like her very much.
So, you think you can fix the TV?
You know?
Just a little longer. What, you really want to watch TV that bad? Another Saturday morning kid here. Yeah, that's what we want to do, is watch fucking Ren and Stimpy instead of fucking getting the fuck out of here.
Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are.
What do you have to say for yourself, Kaiba?
Why was the mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose of the mastermind.
Need to give this area a good once-over? What, my once-over wasn't good enough? Alright. Pretty sure I've examined the TV, or do I have to do it again now that he's made note of the antenna?
Hey, you still don't have the TV fixed?
You know?
Just give me some time, okay? I gotta make sure we can drive Spaceship Earth safely.
I think I know what you're trying to say, but I also think I have no idea.
Right. I'm not even drunk and I still can't read. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, maybe we should examine the giant door with Monokuma's faceplate on it. That might help. What? I examined the door, not the fucking computer. Nowhere near the computer.
This door's kinda creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No luck. The door's locked, huh? What if you use the key that opened this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Nope, no good. It won't even fit in the keyhole. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it.
Chick with shorts kinda reminds me of me. Gonna watch TV? Come on, come on, come on. Not sure what character I'd be like in this game. Missed the first few deaths, so I'll go with Monokuma. Yeah, Monokuma's great. I hate Monokuma for killing off some of my favorites, especially my waifus, but...
Hina's right, the mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
Monokuma's like a necessary evil for this series. Like, this series wouldn't be what it is without Monokuma in it, you know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta hate him, but you gotta love him at the same time. Especially some of the dialogues he has. Fucking incredible. Oh! Oh!
What's wrong?
Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working.
Really?
Yeah, Monokuma is adorable. Especially, like, the, one where he's like, "What you gonna do?" Where he, like, turns. I love that one. Hey, Martenzo! What's up, my fellow man of culture? Celeste is my waifu next to Kyoko. Celeste and Kyoko are both my favorites of this one. Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
I hope you're enjoying yourself, by the way, Martenzo. Thank you for sticking around, dude. Definitely appreciate it.
Then do it.
Friggin' idiot mastermind, all you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world.
What the heck?
And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it? Yeah, he's like a marshmallow. I've said the same thing before. If they ever made a Danganronpa cereal, he'd fit perfectly as a marshmallow. I've said the exact same thing.
Huh? This is...
Currently playing the second game in the series? Are you playing it blind by chance? And do you stream? Because if so, I will come drop you a follow and support you as much as I can. I can't afford to subscribe to anybody at the moment because my financial situation is absolute dick, like I said, but I do the best I can.
It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the heck?
Yeah, Celeste is definitely waifu. I fucking love Celeste. In a heartbeat, I would have gone with that European castle dream bit. Easily. Also, because I love, like, Gothic Victorian culture and architecture. Like, Celeste is just, like, perfect for me. Huh? That's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
That's really weird.
You're weird. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird. Super weird.
But
this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. You don't stream, but you're playing blind? Why not stream? Can you, like, not do it? Like, do you not have, like, the technology available, or, like, the knowledge or anything like that? Because if you want to get into streaming, I'm definitely, like, more than happy to help you out with it if you'd like. So how is it showing the camera feed?
Well...
Did you try changing the channel?
Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Yeah, like, I'm not playing this one blind. I just recently went through V3, and I played through V3 blind, and that was a fucking journey. V3 was a lot of fun. It's so much more fun when you don't know the story, and, like, what happens, and, like, what's going on. It's just so much more exciting for, like, both the player and the audience, I feel. But I wanted to play through this one just to make jokes, and to do the voices, and do stupid shit with, so...
Hiro went through each channel one by one.
Reading on some of the characters briefly, I'd say Mukuro or Mondo is most like me. I see. Yeah, Mukuro is definitely a waifu. Too bad you don't get to know her very well. You don't get to know her in this game at all. But, in Danganronpa 3, you get to know her quite a bit.
But on every channel, it was just us.
Internet is the worst. I live in a very small town in buttfuck nowhere. I see. Yeah, that's also a problem for another friend of mine as well. I'm sorry about that. But if you ever want to get into streaming, feel free to drop me a shout, and I'm happy to support anybody I can. In fact, half the reason I've done as well as I have so far is because of people helping me out and being very generous and being very humble.
It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
what the heck?
Because I was very on the fence about streaming. Like, I've been told I definitely have, like, the humor and the personality for it, but I didn't know if I had the commitment to do it, or, like, if I myself, like, had the personality for it. So it's like a lot of people just encouraged me, and they said, if you're thinking about doing it, what harm could come of it? I think you'll have a lot of fun, and it gives you a chance to branch out and meet new people. And that's definitely happened, and that's probably the most thing I'm grateful for. Or the thing I'm grateful for the most, if I could English. What the heck? Is it broken or something?
Could it be?
No, there must be some kind of trick to it, some weird setup.
A trick? What kind of trick?
Actually.
I'm not sure, but...
Huh? Huh? What? What?
What?
Been a while, you friggin' bastards. Monokuma? How? You're supposed to be dead. Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid.
What?
Hey, you're acting kinda strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already.
Not even. It's been like half a day at most.
How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see, the moment you went from hope to despair.
Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment.
Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now.
Well now.
And that's that.
Shing.
Well, it's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. It can't be serious. We have to keep going?
No, we were supposed to get out of here.
Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here?
Unbelievable.
How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides,
Yep.
this life isn't all bad, you know. I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Yeah, you know what? They had plenty of hot chicks to get with. They have an infinite supply of food. They don't have to pay rent. They have working water and electricity.
Well now.
Whew! I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point?
Hey,
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
What the heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us the surveillance feed?
Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you all about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. But what does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here.
unbelievable.
Ah, you're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Thrills, chills,
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. What?
extreme.
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV.
It doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I'd understand the deeper meaning.
What?
Broadcast live? To the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
But that's...
It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow?
Oh,
The camera feed is being broadcast? No way! That's impossible!
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode.
Are you being serious right now?
Of course.
I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them true despair like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
what are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy.
Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually,
What if they already did? Huh?
yes, indeed.
Yeah, see, my friend introduced me to this series because, like, I'm one of those people that when shit has a hype train or it's really popular, I fucking hate hearing about it after a while. So, I heard of Danganronpa a lot, and it was very highly rated, but I had no idea what it was, so I just ignored its existence, pretty much, because that's what I do. If I hear about something too much, or somebody pressures me to get into something too much, I'd rather casually get into something on my own and start to explore it for myself, rather than have somebody be like, poke, 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 you should play this, you should watch this, it's really good, you should do it, are you busy? It's like, it gets on my nerves, right? So it's like, my buddy introduced me to Danganronpa, and I watched the animation of Trigger Happy Havoc before I played the game. Actually, Martenzo, this is my first time playing Trigger Happy Havoc. And when I get to Goodbye Despair, the one you're playing now, it'll be my first time playing that as well. But I've seen both games of Trigger Happy Havoc and Goodbye Despair, so I'm not blind on Goodbye Despair. I know the story, and I know all the characters, I know all the murders and all the deaths and everything like that. But V3 was absolutely blind. I had nothing on V3. Like, I had no knowledge, no nothing. I didn't even know what the talents were, or anything like that, so V3 was an absolute fun fest.
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right?
Hey Tyler, welcome again. Thank you for coming. How are you doing? I'm having a good day, thank you so much for asking. It's been pretty tame so far. I went out and I got me some burgers from, Burger King. By the way, Burger King. I had me some fries and I had me some hamburgers. So I'm pretty full. And then, I went out and bought me some Coca-Cola. And now I'm just relaxing, pretty much, hanging out with you people. So it's pretty good so far.
Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though, so whatever.
This can't be.
We finished a 2-hour stream earlier, so this is the second part of a 4-hour stream. Just so I don't have to split the videos.
But to take control of all communications like that, you'd need an astronomical amount of resources. Yup, so how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course.
Yeah, duh, there's the little business of...
The body discovery.
A body has been discovered.
How did he get back there so fast? Oh, maybe it's not actually Monokuma. Maybe it's just like a video or something that plays.
After
I
a
get it.
certain amount of time,
Goddamn,
which you
I'm
may
slow.
use however you like, the class trial will begin.
That kind of slow. Just a little bit.
Huh? Class trial? Do you mean...
That's a lot. Oh my god, dude. If I were to count each of these as a when I was playing that drinking game, I would die. Like, I would legit be dead.
It's the Monokuma
I'll leave the next Monokuma file
file.
right here. Everyone give it all you got, okay?
Heart-pounding
Okay, things are gonna get
excitement.
pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Yeah, but for when I play Goodbye Despair, I'm going to have shots every time they say the word like, literally every time they say the word I'm going to have a shot in Goodbye Despair. So, Goodbye Despair, I'm happy to say, is going to be drunk as fuck. Maybe not the first part of it, because I want to practice voices and stuff like that. But, like, I'll try my best. Even when I'm drunk, I'll try and nail the voices super hard, so. And then he was gone. Glad you're having a good day. Well, I have to go to bed, so give you a good night. Be safe. You as well, Tyler. Thank you for coming in to wish me a good day, and a good night as well. Hopefully, you have a good night as well. Or a good day, whatever it is for you. Yeah, despair, yada yada yada.
We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright.
I don't understand any of this. What's Despair Entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick of
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko.
What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died.
The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition.
Yeah, she's a hell of a female.
And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind Mukuro Ikusaba isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility.
Oh, but there is.
The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is, to have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we'd better begin.
But
If we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer.
That's right.
Correct. Must be someone participating in our school life.
Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko?
Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying. No.
Huh? But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There's a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all.
Investigate.
Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown.
Except for me, who already knows it.
They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
Take note of that several days old part.
So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden.
Monokuma file number 5 has been added to the bullet section of your handbook. Fuck, I can't read. Good lord. Haven't even had a single shot. I can read better when I'm drunk than when I'm sober. Jesus Christ.
Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that might be important, from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity.
Fake nails has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, they were obviously a Dark Souls fangirl, so they got a fucking tattoo of Sif on the right hand. Fair enough. Case closed. Right, I think that's all we have to do here, pretty much. Oh, no, there's one other thing.
The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet.
Yeah, because you threw water on it, you twat. That's what happens when you throw water on stuff, it becomes wet.
That's because it got set on fire, and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right?
Exploded body analysis has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. You'll be back shortly. Gonna get a shower? Enjoy your shower. I'll try not to think of you nude while you're out. Alright?
I don't think I've seen everything there is to see.
Well, what else is there?
The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all.
So we had to look at the top half of the body to know that the bottom half of the body didn't get wet? Even though we already concluded that only the top half of the body was wet? That's weird logic, okay.
After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right?
What the fuck do we have to look at? Yeah, I've already seen this, so what the fuck else do we have to examine? I looked at the hand tattoo, I looked at the top half, I looked at the bottom half. What else is there?
The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left.
Oh, but now we can step away from the dead body, even though that was literally nothing? Okay.
These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later.
Fragments near the dead body's been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Let's examine the knife as well.
There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this...
Yeah, it's the same knife.
Must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife... It looks really familiar. Wait, is this...
Yeah.
That's it! It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... When they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then I... And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way.
Knife at the crime scene has been added to the truth bullet section of your blah blah blah. Alright.
I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop.
Alright, notice how there's only 4. There were 5 before.
I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here?
Of course, there were precisely 5.
Yeah, right?
Huh? What's wrong?
There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But...
I was down here just before nighttime last night and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished.
I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case?
Chicken coop chickens has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Either that or it's very, very, very muy importante. Which it is.
This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively could not be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right?
So the 5th chicken is the murderer, obviously, yeah. And the chicken is hiding, so we can't bring it to the class trial and expose it.
Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place.
Sprinklers has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook, so if I'm gonna fuck any part of the trial up, it's gonna be that bit, I bet. I might even fail, like, a trial. Like, for the first time, I might actually fail in this game. This particular one. V3 was a shitwalk for certain parts.
The Monokuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related to the case, so I think I'll just stay away. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? Nope. I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case.
Yeah, but I love watching people play Danganronpa's blind. It's so much fun. It's really fucking fun to, like, see people's thought process and how they figure shit out. Usually when I figure out who the murderer was, it's usually either right before the trial starts, or it's, like, mid-trial. But I usually have a pretty good idea of narrowing down who it was, and I'm usually, like, narrowing it down to, like, 3 people. And, I'm pretty much in the ballpark, like, every time at the very least, so...
The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside... is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me.
Tarp has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook.
That's the one thing in here that concerns me.
Yep, that tarp is also very important. I can't remember how it ties in, but I know it has something to do with the time frame. I just can't remember what. It also has something to do with the condition of the body, but I can't remember exactly, because it's been a while. Alright, so let's talk to everybody, and then I think we should be able to fuck off out of here, because I think I've examined everything. Let me just do a double once-over, just to be safe. Yeah, let's talk to everybody and get their fucking, accounts and alibis and shit.
Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What?
You didn't find out until they basically told you? I don't know, I really love Danganronpa and being able to exercise, like, thinking and stuff like that, because I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm usually pretty, like, cunning. Like, I usually catch on to stuff really fucking quick. And sometimes Danganronpa tends to throw curveballs in there that really set me off and, like, get me to think differently. And it's a really fun mental exercise for me. I enjoy it a lot. But I hope we get another Danganronpa. I don't think we will, but we may. So, I don't know. I'm gonna keep my prayers open. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm just gonna say Ferris. If that's wrong, you can correct me however you wish. How you going, dude? Thank you for coming in.
Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs.
It is correct fucking awesome. I hate it when I fuck up people's names because it makes me look like a dick. So it's like I don't want to look like an asshole. Thank you for the follow as well, dude. Very generous of you. Thank you.
In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis.
Basically, if you want a rundown of what I tend to play, it's in the page description also. Just a forewarning, I tend to swear a lot. I have a lot of crude humor. I tend to get drunk from time to time. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoy yourself.
The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And like I always say, if you don't like the content, don't feel obligated to stay followed. I just appreciate the company.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it?
Byakuya's account. Oh, we're gonna have to use that at some point. But yeah, like I said, if you don't enjoy yourself or you don't enjoy the content here, no obligation to stay followed. Like I said, I just appreciate the company. And it's always a pleasure to meet new people, and like learn about new people as well. It's 11 o'clock right now.
Okay, and?
We're serious.
Oh, well I was just thinking about when we first found the body.
When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then?
It was what, just after 9, she said? I think it was? See how good my memory is.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well then, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it had to have been around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Oh, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done.
That's a pretty small job.
Don't worry, I'm enjoying the content you're working on. Thank you, that means a fuck ton. I'm always very self-conscious about it, and I'm very hypercritical of myself, so it's like... It's a little bit dodgy for me. I'm sure you can understand what I mean. But yeah, like, if you want an idea of what I play, I usually play, like, RPGs and shooters and stuff like that. Like, I love Dark Souls. I grew up with Resident Evil and survival horror and stuff like that, so I typically play stuff like that. But I have a soft spot for Danganronpa. I don't usually play visual novels, but Danganronpa is a really fucking good series. So I just wanted to play these to do all the voices and stuff. Do I know the story of Goodbye Despair? Yes, I do. I know the story of all the Danganronpas. I've seen Goodbye Despair, and I've seen this one, so, like, I know both these two. V3, I recently played blind by myself. And, like I said, that was really fun. This is one of those series of games where it's like, if you had a way to erase your memory, you'd want to go through it blind again. You know what I mean? It's just one of those experiences that you can't have again, like, the same way.
Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked? You know, before it blew up? If I remember right...
If you remember right, keyword.
It was wearing some kind of mask and big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach around this thing. And the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Yakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too.
But, a couple games that are coming out that are on the horizon very, very soon. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice is coming out in a few days. That's definitely getting played. Like I said, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the remaster, is coming out, and apparently it's different from the original. Like, they added some new bosses and some new areas or some shit like that. So I'm a little bit excited for Crystal Chronicles as well, because I fucking love that game. I played it all the time as a kid, and it'll be a complete joy to go back and relive nostalgia, you know what I mean? And, as for other games, I really want to do, like, the classic Silent Hills. I really want to do those. And, there's probably some other stuff, like I mentioned, Donkey Kong 64 I'd like to do, Super Mario 64 I'd like to do, Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie I'd love to do. There's just so many childhood games that I'd love to fucking have a go at, for stream purposes. Do you know Ultra Despair Girls? Yes, I do. My buddy, Beautiful Lies, played through it, and I watched him play through it. It's not my ideal Danganronpa. That's not how I think Danganronpa should be. It's kind of vital to the story, but, like, it's kind of filler at the same time, so, like, I can understand why they kind of made it a side title. But I like Danganronpa the way it is, with the visual novel style and the murder investigation stuff. It's so fucking good. Like, I don't want them to change it too drastically, you know what I mean?
I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet.
Falafel, there he is. He heard Goodbye Despair, and he's like, yeah, you know what?
There are other areas I need to check. Specifically that fragment I found before.
So, like, I'm pretty sure you can tell how much of a fan of Danganronpa I am. Like, actually. Like, by the emotes I have. Like, I love this series. This series is fucking fantastic.
And I still need to find out more about Kyoko.
So I think when I meet the 15 point sub goal, I'm thinking about putting the Monokuma as my second tier 1, so everybody can use it in other people's channels whenever they're subscribed, because I think it'd be fucking hilarious to have. Because, like, I don't know what it is about Monokuma, but, like, he's such a sadistic douche, right? So he's like, hey, you all just need to have fun killing your friends, right? So it's like, all these kids are, like, talking about survival and, like, worried about having to kill their friends, and he's just like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. So it's just, it makes a perfect, like, cool story, bro. Like, I don't really give a fuck. It's perfect for that.
Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true...
So I'm going to be going for, like, another 50 minutes, or probably until we finish the investigation, because my voice is starting to get a bit hoarse, having to do so many different ones. So I'm probably going to rest it quite a bit.
Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night?
Plus, I'd just love to see Monokuma pop up in people's chats.
If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to sniff her panties and her bedsheets. I mean, find out more. Yeah, that's it, find out more. About the case. You know, 'cause we have to survive, right? But the key to her room...
Byakuya has it.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room.
Yeah, Falafel, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming, by the way.
I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key.
What have you been up to, Falafel? What has awful Falafel been up to today? Do you not like perverts, though? I do. I don't know. Like, I love perversion to a degree. Like I said, if it makes people uncomfortable, I don't like it, but... There's a joke with Makoto wanting to sniff Kyoko's panties and her bedsheets, because, like, way earlier on in the game, he makes note that, oh, Sayaka's bed, it smells so nice, it smells just like her. I wouldn't mind staying here for a while. And it was, like, kind of incredibly creepy, the way he carried it off. So I've just had this, like, ongoing joke that Makoto's, like, a sexual deviant, and, like, he'll make any excuse to fucking, like, get into people's rooms and, like, sniff their sheets and shit.
Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay then, in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area.
Yeah, there's like 51 areas, Makoto, you fucking prick. Are you gonna point me in the right direction or not? Wait, let's have a talk with Toko.
So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore.
There's not that much blood. It's all, you know, pretty much burnt corpse. You should be alright. Do you know Makoto's name loosely means truth? Does it? Ah, that might explain why he's the ultimate hope or whatever the fuck it is at the end of the game. Spoiler alert. Not really, though. Where's the biolab? It's not over here. My navigation skills are really fucking poor, so I'm sorry if I run around like a lemon for like 10 seconds. Never mind, I found it. Just between sleep sessions, thought I'd pop in to bug you. Perfect. I appreciate you bugging me. When he says check out that one area, what the fuck is he on about? I've been to the biolab. Can't be any of the classrooms. That wouldn't tie in, would it? Did you know there are 3 endings to this game? Are there? I know there's the one where you can choose to get somebody killed, and then that's the bad ending. And then I know about the other ending, that's the canon ending. What's the 3rd ending? I've never heard of a 3rd ending. Did you like the anime compared to the games? Yeah, the anime was pretty solid. It just kept out a lot of information and a lot of character backstories and stuff like that. Like, if you want the real background of the game and the characters, I would say play the games rather than watch the anime, but the anime was pretty good. Also, I like the art style of the games a lot more than the anime.
There are wooden lockers here.
So when he says, check out that one area, what the fuck is he referring to? Because I honestly have no idea. Yeah, see, Falafel's played all these before. He only knows 2 endings. I only know about 2 as well. And the other one isn't canon, so it's like... What the fuck does he mean by that one area? Does he mean the data lab? It's the only other place I could think of. Will it let me go downstairs? Yes, it will let me go downstairs. Okay, so there has to be some area that I can check out. Down here. Okay, it's locked, so I can't go in there. So it's gotta be... What is that? Chem lab? No, it's not the chem lab. It's gotta be the data room that I can, check out. Yeah, it'll let me go in here, so I must have to explore something in here. But what? I have no idea. Maybe I'm supposed to look at the monitors again for some more information? Nope. Alright, it's not that. Nope, it's not that. Okay. I don't think this is gonna be anything. I can't check the biolab, so I don't understand what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Because the biolab room is locked, right? Oh wait, maybe I have to go to Kyoko's room even though Byakuya said he was busy and he just meets me there or something. Like, maybe they worded it very weird. Let me go down and check in front of Kyoko's room and see if Byakuya is there, because that's the only place I can think of to go. That would make sense. I did press the door. I pressed the door before. I don't think the door's gonna be anything. I'm gonna have to come back up here anyway, so it's not really gonna be that big of a deal, honestly. That's the rec room. Rec room doesn't have anything to do with it at this point. I've already pressed the door before. I can't imagine the door being connected to the case whatsoever. It'd really help if my memory of events would come into play and help me out here, but my memory is very, very, very bad. If it does turn out to be the door, I'll fucking fully admit my mistake, because I'm dumb. I've said it before. Never depend on me to do anything correctly the first time, alright? Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. Still one other place I need to check? Fucking... I hate it when it's vague as fuck like that. There's no reason for it to be that vague. There's just no reason for it, so it's like I don't understand why they do that. Oh, it's the gym! Ah, it's the gym. Because I have to confirm that, scrap of debris. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. 200 IQ? Come on. 200 IQ. Let's go. Come on.
Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Yeah. I just found something. What is it?
It's...
Huh?
It's what?
a bomb. There's one installed every Monokuma, I'm sure.
What?
A bomb?
And that bomb went off. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden.
Fragments near the dead body has been updated in the Truth Bolt section of your handbook.
Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya.
Fucking baller. Fucking knew it. Look at that. Look how smart I am. Accidentally, by the way. It's not like I had any fucking clue what I was doing at all. I just remembered him saying, like, something about the fragment of the bomb, and I was like, okay, I already know what this is, but it didn't click just then that I would have to go actually check it out. Because that's the thing about Danganronpa. See, the thing that sucks about Danganronpa for me is when I do an investigation, I start to theorize, and then I jump to a certain conclusion and go through several mental patterns in my head trying to narrow down who it is and stuff like that. So, I'm always at a certain point in the investigation when it comes to the trial, in thought processing, and then I have to go over the very beginning of the case, of the investigation, for everybody else. And I've described it before as building a sandwich. Like, say you were teaching somebody how to build a sandwich. You already know that you require 2 pieces of bread for a sandwich, right? But they don't know that, because they don't know what a sandwich is, right? So, you can't skip steps. You literally have to start with, okay, get 2 pieces of bread, get your lunch meats, get your condiments, get everything else you need, and you can't skip steps. Otherwise the game's logic doesn't know what the fuck to do. And that's kind of irritating. I can see why they do it. Especially for, like, story elaboration, because, like, the murders don't always go down exactly how you think they go down, right? So it's like, they need a little bit of room to fuck around with, so it's like, I can understand why they do it the way they do it, but it's just frustrating. Sometimes.
You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right?
Well, let's go. Later, Rosie. Hopefully I see you soon. Have a good rest.
Ah, wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms.
The investigations seem much faster in Goodbye Despair. I don't know about that, because I haven't played them myself. But I will let you know, the quickest murder I ever figured out was in Danganronpa Goodbye Despair, and it was Chapter 2. I figured that shit out as soon as the person walked into the diner. I was like, yup, it's you. I know it. Without a doubt. Do I really have to get Byakuya to fucking unlock the door, even though we're both right here?
Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it, thanks.
Yeah, so Chapter 2 of Goodbye Despair, I literally figured out in like 5 seconds. It was not even fucking funny. Literally figured it out so goddamn fast. So fucking stupidly quick. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys have played V3, Killing Harmony, no spoilers on that, because Falafel has not got a chance to play it yet. So if he's still here, please be considerate of his experience as well. You can DM me about it and ask whatever fucking questions you want. If you want to watch my playthrough of V3 Killing Harmony, it's up on my YouTube. You can find it by hitting the social command. Self-plug, by the way. So if you want to watch my playthrough of it, it's all archived on YouTube.
So this is Kyoko's room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's only 2 endings. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but like, it was just a little bit of misinformation.
There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse.
What, do you have your own fucking private one in the back of your room, you twat? Probably.
That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
You didn't get that case until it was told to you? I figured out so much of it, like, so fucking quick. It wasn't even funny how much I pieced it together, like how quickly I did. I would say the one that threw me off the most in Goodbye Despair was Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is, like, my favorite chapter in any Danganronpa. That shit was so fucking intense. Such a mindfuck.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks.
Really? What?
Unless I'm mistaken. Pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to.
The dojo? Alright, we have a wood block key. Let's examine Kyoko's bed, just for Makoto's sake.
Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned.
Not gonna fucking comment on its smell? I wasn't on the bed. Alright. Let me pick up the fucking block then, you twat.
It's certainly possible.
Okay, well, we're not gonna be unable to unlock the locker unless we take the key, will we? So take the key. Can we go and check out her bathroom?
She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside.
Or you could be an absolute pervert. I think it'd be wise to look around a bit more. For what? I've looked at the key. I've looked at the desk. I've looked at the bed. I've talked to Byakuya. I've tried to take the key. What the fuck do I do? I don't understand.
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here.
A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here.
Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me.
Never made it past the development stages, which is why it's in script form and not found within the game. So what is the ending, if I may ask, Falafel? If you want to give me, like, a very short rundown. Like, you don't have to, like, copy and paste everything, but, like, just tell me what, like, student would have died had it, like, actually come to pass, I guess.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere.
The wiki for it had the entire transcripts for the ending. I read through it. Interesting. I don't... Link it for me if you want, and I'll put it on a fucking note, and I'll read it later. Or after stream, or something like that.
Found it.
On Chapter 3, and I don't know who the killer it is, but I hope it's no one because I like all the characters. Chapter 3 is always a double murder. Every fucking time.
What's in the envelope?
So yeah, there were going to be 3 endings, but the third got cut. That's really interesting. It's the 15 students ending, but yeah, like... Wait, 15 students ending? Oh, so does that mean, like, everybody would have survived and, like, nobody would have died at all? That's what it was? Interesting.
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something certainly has happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and look inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets? Now we're talking! Hello!
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, looks like it.
Under the fucking sheets? What could it be? Indeed. What could it be? Oh, I thought the bed was named Byakuya Togami there. I was like, what? It'd be Bed-Yakuya, surely.
But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets...
Is it Kyoko's panties? Please. Cross your fingers.
Found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78, student registry? Mukuro Ikusaba?
Under the Byakuya, yeah.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
Yeah, see, when my buddy was showing this to me, and I was like, wait, so these kids die? Like, they're dead? Like, it's not some, like, hoax, and, like, they're all perfectly fine, and, like, they're relaxing on an island somewhere or something, is it? And he's like, nah, they're fucking dead. Like, they're dead. Die, dead. And I was like, oh, fuck me. Like, that's dark. God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was the key and fuck you. That's it.
This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. Made an effort to pull myself together and not totally steal a pair of Kyoko's undergarments, then looked down at the profile sheet. I also resisted the urge to sniff her bedsheets as much as I wanted to. Name Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. I should have said yes, please. God damn it. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did.
most likely going to get V3 after I finish Goodbye Despair. I definitely recommend V3. It is the most mind-fucky out of all the Danganronpas. Like, you're not gonna believe your shit at all. And by the way, warning, if you go to my YouTube to look for the V3 playthrough, of course there are gonna be spoilers, so just putting that out there.
Mukuro's profile has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook.
There's also a compilation of memes and funny things that happen throughout V3, like some of my proudest moments. So, like, after you finish V3, be sure to go give those a check, because they're funny as fuck. Like, I literally almost killed my friend last night, because we were in Discord and he watched the video for the first time, and he fucking nearly died laughing, so.
The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group? This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things, as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
May I present to you all the majestic space chicken. Hello, buddy. How are you doing? Danganronpa 2 is crazy? Yeah, Danganronpa 2 is fucking insane. What does the crown on the profiles mean? Yeah, that means Twitch Prime subscription. That's what that means. Or it means, this person has Twitch Prime. It doesn't mean, like, subscription, but, like, it means that person has an authenticated Twitch Prime active account, is what that means. If you're on PC, you drag your mouse over it and it will tell you. Oh, I see, you're referring to... Alright. About the red thing RosieCon has. Other Ferris, that's one of my sub-badges.
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
By the way, I uploaded a new sub-badge, and I kind of fucked around with them a little bit, so if your badges are a little bit weird, that's why. Like, if you've had a badge. They basically added a 9-month badge for affiliates, so I had to fuck around with it, and I put a lot of work into it earlier, readjusting it and adding a new one. I had to do an edit of one of these skulls to be able to change the color of it, and it took fucking forever. It took like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So yeah, the one in the middle, the 3-month one, is the new one. So that one's going to be the new 3-month, and then the one that was originally 3-month is now 6-month, and then I swapped around the last two, so.
What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile. So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me, I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there?
Yeah, but there is a room to breaking into the fucking office, but since she didn't do it, you can't punish her for it, can you?
But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey!
Aww. Celeste, look at her. She's so fucking sexy. I miss her so much.
When you all first got together in the main hallway back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words...
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed!
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student.
Yep.
Lying hidden somewhere in this
Should have
school.
known that earlier.
The one
She's
they
told
call
this
the
to you like
ultimate
5 times.
despair. Watch out for her.
Got the name wrong of Celeste? No, I didn't. Her name is Celestia, but she's also known by Celeste. In the anime, I think they call her Celeste, and in this one they call her Celestia. I don't know. I think that was just like a translation error or something on their part. I have no idea. There's gotta be a reason behind that.
The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Yeah, she's Celeste in this game, and then in the anime she's Celestia, but I don't know why that is.
Why?
Huh?
It's pronounced Celeste? No. That sounds retarded, I'm sorry, but that does sound really daft. Did you say something? Why would it be Celeste? If her name in the anime is Celestia, and in this one it's Celeste, why would it be Celeste? That makes no sense. She's not a Jersey Shore character. Yeah, her full name is Celestia Ludenberg, exactly, but like her name isn't pronounced Celeste, that's retarded. She even says it herself in the game. Like, when she voice acts, she says her name is Celestia Ludenberg. They wouldn't have a voice actor record a line that doesn't make sense. Like, that's retarded. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings.
Like, I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but like, they wouldn't make her have a voiced line that isn't accurate. Yeah, Celeste is her nickname, so why is it Celeste? That makes no sense. Celeste is her nickname. Yeah, so Celestia is her name in the anime, but in this, it's Celeste, so... I don't know, I just go by whatever they fucking call her and whatever they call her in.
And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed.
It has IA, so why would it be... Why would it be Tay? That makes no sense. Are you foreign or something? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, how you're pronouncing this in your head, because, like I said, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's wrong. But I'm trying to understand why you're pronouncing it the way you are. It's literally Celestia. Like, it's not... Fucking awful with your shitposting Kappa ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Makes sense.
You're part Japanese, I see.
Well, now.
Yeah, but, like, they called her Celestia, so, like, I don't know why it'd be Celeste. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you.
Seriously?
Hey.
Yeah, her name is Teiko Yasuhiro, so...
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... She wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Okay, now that's all you get.
Made me break character, goddammit. Monokuma's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Good, because we're gonna need it.
Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand...
The tattoo. Yeah, but the hand is completely fine.
Wait, but no, Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars? Which means...
Yeah, it's not Kyoko.
Those fake nails on the corpse.
Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Celestia is a foreign name, so I don't know how to really pronounce A. So why are you making an argument based on how it's pronounced? I don't understand that. If you don't know absolutely how it's pronounced, how are you going to initiate an argument of pronunciation? Like I said, I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I feel that is how a Japanese individual would pronounce Celeste, but practically, overtly, what? Everywhere else wouldn't use a hard E. Now you want a Danganronpa 2 some more? I really wish you could stream Martenzo, because I'd really love to catch that. Forget about her. What matters now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. I almost said Byakuya's trap. That's like pronouncing Togami with, like... That's like calling him Tugami, even though there's not two O's. Celeste would end in a hard T. And she really doesn't go by Celestia in the game. Yeah, she goes by Celeste, right?
His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us?
Yeah, because, like, I know in the anime, I asked my friend about this. I'm like, why is she called Celestia in the anime, but in the game she's called Celeste? Is there a reason for that? And he's like, her name does have something to do later, like, it does play a part, but I don't know that distinction. Like, I don't know why it's that way. Like I said, it's probably just a translation error. That's probably what it is.
He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
And I'm willing to admit that I could very well be wrong, because if somebody, like, if the other party is inaccurate based on a translation error, that entirely means that I have the possibility of being inaccurate due to a translation error as well. So I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm definitely not saying that, like... I'm just going off based off what I've seen and what I've heard, so it's like, from what I've heard, like, it's not wrong.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that?
And why now?
He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case.
See, like, if you're Japanese, you might as well, like, rip on me for pronouncing all these names wrong, because I'm probably not going to pronounce them in a very Japanesey way, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be racist or, like, stereotypical or anything like that, but, like, if his name is Byakuya Togami, like, I'm not going to pronounce it like that. I'm just going to say Byakuya, because it's, like, normal to me. Like, that's how you'd say it in English reading it, right? Like, not everybody is Japanese, so you can't expect everybody to read, like, a Japanese translated name exactly in a Japanesey way if they don't have, like, the customs and the cultural and the knowledge of the language, you know what I mean? That's a bit dumb. That's like expecting a foreigner to be able to, like, know exactly how to type English sentences, you know what I mean?
That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student.
Because some words in some languages do not exist in other languages, so they have to convey those differently, you know what I mean?
He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
See, that could very well be Makuro, but, like, I don't know, so I just say Mukuro, because that's, like, how you'd read it. Like, that's how it rolls off the tongue naturally for English language. But if it's, like, Mukuro, or something like that, like, I wouldn't go out of my way to pronounce it super Japanesey just for the sake of pronouncing it Japanesey, because it's a Japanesey game, would I? That's dumb. That's like every time you go and play Street Fighter, you'd be like, Ryu! Like, nobody's gonna fucking do that. That's like the fucking Super Smash Brothers announcement, like, going, Zero Suit Samus! It's like, no, nobody's gonna fucking do that. Ice Climber! Nobody's gonna do that. Like, I'm not being racist, but maybe it's borderline a little bit racist, but I'm not trying to be, but you get the point.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko.
What?
That would explain why we have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
I just translated Celeste into Japanese. It's Celeste. Yeah, so if it's pronounced Celeste, that means it's like... Okay. A little bit of education for you guys. I know Ferris is Japanese, but... Literally, the Japanese do not have a way to pronounce L's in their language, which is why they commonly use the word R when it comes to words with L's in them. So, if you were to translate Celeste from Japanese and it comes out like Celeste or whatever it is, that means they don't pronounce the L, right? So if you were to translate that into English, that would be Celeste, would it not? if the Japanese make a habit of not pronouncing L's because they are literally... They cannot do it biologically. Like, it is not in their heritage to be able to pronounce L's. They don't have a history of pronouncing the letter L, so they ignore it entirely. And they replace it with an R sound, if that makes any sense. Historically, that's how Japanese works. So it's like, if you were to translate Celeste into Japanese and vice versa, it would be Celeste, or Celeste. Yeah, it's Celeste. So, like, I'm done with this. Like, it's actually starting to get on my fucking nerves. Like, it's actually starting to piss me off. Like, don't think secondly about it, but it's actually starting to annoy me a little bit.
That's a good point.
In other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. Makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true... Like, okay, like, in English, Makoto says his name like, I'm Makoto Naegi, the ultimate lucky student, right? But, if you were to say it in Japanese, he'd be like, Makoto Naegi, or whatever, like, however he would say it, right? So it's a different enunciation, and it's a different pronunciation from Japanese, if you were to translate it. If Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well, then I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. Celeste is a very common name, whether people recognize it or not. Celeste is very common. So, saying that it's Celeste makes no sense. Celeste is, like, fucking retarded. Like, that literally doesn't make any sense. I cannot read that. Like, you literally cannot put in Japanese and expect me to be able to read it. I don't have the knowledge to be able to do that. I'm not educated enough to be able to read. I can hardly read English, for fuck's sake, let alone another language entirely. I know a little bit of Spanish, but everybody knows a little bit of Spanish, don't they? I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Alright, Gwen, see you later. Hopefully I'll see you soon. I should be finishing up this game quite shortly. Maybe over the next, like, 3 or 4 days. I might get to Sekiro a little bit late, because I'm not exactly on track for finishing this on time like I thought I would be, but I'm gonna get quite close.
Well, are you coming? If I was able to sniff Kyoko's panties like I originally wanted to, maybe, but you were in the room, so it would have been awkward.
Alright, locker number 6. That's what the key said on it, right? Are you gonna let me open the locker or not? Fuck me.
There are wooden lockers here. Use woodblock keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right?
The number 6 is correlated to the locker that has the number 6 printed on it? Go figure.
I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
Well, just try it.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, fucking Ferris, I cannot read Japanese, like... I'm not trying to be a dick to you, like I said, like, I don't know how many times I have to reiterate, I don't know how to read Japanese. Her name is not Celeste, that is fucking ridiculous. It's Celeste, like, I'm done with that. It's fucking retarded to even consider that it'd be pronounced differently. She says it in the game herself. The English actress for Celeste says it's Celestia. And then they call her Celeste. So, answer me this. Why would they go through the trouble of making an English translation for a game for them just to read out a name that isn't pronounced the way it's pronounced that they designed it? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's stupid. Like, that's retarded. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, it's just dumb. I'm done with it. It's starting to get on my nerves.
I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened.
He doesn't have to stop, Falafel. He doesn't have to stop. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a dick to him. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's just... I can't imagine in any circumstance why they would pay an English voice actress to have the game translated and read off a script to pronounce a character's name incorrectly and not correct them on it and do a retake, right? Does that make any sense to you? Like, Why would they hire a voice actress to play a character and then have her fuck up the name multiple times? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, that makes zero sense. Like, I don't understand the logic. It's Celeste. Her name is Celestia in the anime. It's Celestia in this, but they call her Celeste as a nickname. It's that simple. It's literally that easy. Yes, plus Google Translate is not entirely accurate, whether you want it to be or not.
There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total.
They look like they're made out of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks.
Strong sticks.
Titanium arrows has been added to the Truth Bolt section of her bullshit.
Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
See.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case.
This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved?
Bloody duct tape has been added to the Truth Bolt section of the fucking bullshit.
I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case, but how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps...
Byakuya?
Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location.
Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir.
Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that?
Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something?
Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Right, so we have to go in here, and then I think we have to go into the biolab, or that might be the next case, because I believe there's another case after this, if I remember correctly. Also, my throat is fucking killing me, by the way. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here.
Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back.
Ah, here we go.
Quickly returned with a file in hand. Right, now I need to talk to Byakuya.
Which my cursor was on, you daft cunt!
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this?
How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French?
I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French.
Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect to repay your debt 100 times over.
100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme?
Isn't that the kind of extreme? Sorry.
Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East.
Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. So if it's based out of the Middle East, why would a file of them be written in French? A little bit weird.
They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers.
Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. You know Middle Eastern French people? Yeah, Middle Eastern French people. How would that sound? I'm not even going to try it, because I could probably horrendously offend somebody, so I'm not even going to. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believed there was mounting internal tensions within the group and they simply imploded. I did give Celeste a French voice, but I'm the nicest person you've talked to? I highly doubt that. I'm a bit of a prick.
What?
I can be, anyway. But like I said, I'm not trying to come off like an asshole. I'm just, like, trying to call shit out where it, you know, doesn't make sense.
What is it?
You'll find, honestly, Ferris, if you haven't been on Twitch for a long time, literally everybody I follow and everybody that follows me is incredibly, incredibly nice. Like, I've met so many fucking amazing people on here. Like, I've made more friends on Twitch than I've made in real life, like 100-fold. I mean that. Like I said, I've said this before, I'm not a very social person. I don't get along with people well because, like, no offense, but I find a lot of people are seriously fucking stupid. And, like, I don't mean, like, stupid on purpose. I mean, like, generally fucking dumb. Like, and they're just not worth my time to talk to. And I know that sounds conceited as fuck, but I don't want it to be. It's just, like, I don't like investing a lot of my free time with people. And, I don't like a lot of people. So it's like, everybody on Twitch that I've gotten to know, I genuinely enjoy being around, and I enjoy the company of.
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality.
I doubt we could wrap our head around how the voice would work anyway. Didn't Celeste talk with a French inflection? Yes, she did, a little bit. You in the social media, right? Get it? What? I'm in the social media, yeah.
Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting.
Luckily, none of these voices have to be in Danganronpa 2, because I didn't expect this voice to hurt my throat so much, but it does. Especially after a period of time.
Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean...
Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated. Oh, is that the trial time bell? Fucking perfect. That means the biolab is the next trial, so I get to go off here very soon and rest my voice, because my voice hurts like fuck. But like I said, I don't like to break character, so it's more for immersion purposes. If I was an ultimate, what ultimate would I be? Let me show you something that I've spent the last few days working on. You might appreciate this, being a Danganronpa fan. An active member of the Danganronpa community. You might get a kick out of this. Let me show you a lot, actually, because I'm pretty proud of this, if I do say so myself. So, in case you guys don't know, I try and do art. I'm not very good at it, but I do consider myself to be a bit of an artiste. And I've spent the last few days kind of trying to design my own Danganronpa OC. And she's supposed to be an Australian surfer. And I've made a Daredevil as well, but the Daredevil looks like shit, so I'm probably going to redraw it when I get better experience. I might give it a different hairstyle as well, because I kind of just gave it a hairstyle that I had already made, that I used for another friend's OC. And, I think it kind of looks like crap still, so I might go over it and, redo it better. But yeah, that's my surfer OC, currently. It's probably not the final design for it, but that's what I have so far. So the belt is supposed to be like ocean waves. And then the tank top is supposed to be just a tank top with like the character symbol on it. And then she has blonde hair clearly, and she has a shark tooth necklace and a little bit of a design on the tank top. And she's supposed to be like really friendly and outgoing, and like I said, she's supposed to be like kind of foreign, so she's like Australian. And that's my surfer OC for Danganronpa so far.
Anyway, it's time
Ultimate
to begin
unlucky
the
person is what I think.
trial.
Yeah, that honestly, that would not be taboo.
Please meet up in the usual spot.
If you knew my life circumstances up to this point, I would completely agree with that.
See you later.
Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go.
But class trial time is going to be next time because my voice hurts like fuck. And I've been on for about 4 hours. It's like I said, I did another stream just before this one, so my voice is kind of killing me. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to watch whoever the fuck I'm going to host tonight, which I have no idea who I'm going to host, so I might want to look into that. And I'm going to have me some Coca-Cola, and I'm going to see if I can get me some more food, because I'm still quite hungry, because I'm a fucking fat ass. So, who am I going to fucking host? I have no idea. You know what? I'm gonna host up K-Witty. He's playing Nier Automata. I haven't hosted K-Dub in a while. I haven't been in K-Dubs very recently at all. So I think I'm gonna host K-Witty, and I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. Hopefully you enjoyed the voices. Ferris, it was a pleasure meeting you. And there was somebody else as well, I thought. Oh yeah, Martenzo, thank you as well for coming. Pleasure to meet you as well. Fucking sorry, I totally forgot your name for a minute. I know that sounds like a dick move, but... Falafel, thank you for coming. Rosie, thank you for coming as well. I can't remember if Fat Kids was here or not. Oh yeah, Fat Kids subbed earlier. Fucking duh. He was totally here. And, yeah, everybody else, thank you for coming. If I don't mention you by name, I'm very, very fucking sorry. My memory is shit. So, yeah, I'm gonna host K-Witty, and I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you enjoy K-Witty. He's really fucking awesome. He's a really nice dude. He's one of the people that's helped me grow a lot on here, as well as Joe, who gave me a host the other night. So, K-Witty and Joe, both go follow both of them. They're awesome individuals. And, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for the follow, Matenzo. I definitely appreciate it. And, hopefully I'll be able to catch you again soon. I'm gonna be on tomorrow around probably 7 or 8 p.m., I think, PST. So, hopefully I'll see you then. Have a good rest of your evening, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.